here. This ain't no home sweet home, it's a home sweet misery. We knew when we got here, they tried to put us away. But when they seen us walk down the street, they ran the other way. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Bad Street in the whole USA.
Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am very good today.
Good. This is Outside the Ring. It is another week and another boring Raw. We'll get to that, though. It's a little bit better than last week, but nothing spectacular. At all.
Why? Brock Lesnar's back. These shows should not be that bad.
He's the face of Raw now, if you haven't heard. I'm the one, the only, Jason Murphy.
Chris Jericho's back again.
He's running around the studio here. Alongside the one, the only, likes to drink beer, not watch Brodus Clay. And he is not presented by Taco Bell like that match was last night. Troy, Stone Cold.
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
Austin. And once again this week.
It was the main freaking event. Why?
Round of applause for another guy that wants to sit in one more week. One more week. One more week. Erik.
Apparently Christian is sitting in with us today.
Greener than grass.
Oh, jeez.
Green. I'll come up
Greener
with something
than
more
grass
specific.
Loves to kick ass.
Yeah. Nice. You can follow us on Twitter, Outside the Ring with number one. Outside the Ring with number one. No, it would actually be Outside the Ring number one. Okay, just the number.
The numeral, yeah. It's
These
not,
people know.
You're not spelling out number one.
Right. Facebook, Outside the Ring, and on email, Troy.
Outside the Ring 316 at gmail.com. Hey, I remembered it.
Hey. And, of course, big shout-out to our main man, our janitor, Bob, in studio.
Bob, you sound
like John Laurinaitis.
You sound like a zombie. like a zombie Laurinaitis. That's terrible.
So, with all that fun stuff out of the way and all the shameless plugs, shout out to Mick Foley. It is now time.
Shout out to Mick Foley.
Well, he gets cheap pops and plugs all the time,
true.
you know.
Yeah, especially when what's the greater honor than Ric Flair elbow dropping your book?
I don't know, but the greatest honor that I have every week is when I say this. It is now time. Just like that. So, as noted earlier, WWE had Edge in Detroit, Michigan last night for contract negotiations. That was the off-screen stuff. His appearance on Raw and segment with John Cena was scripted into the show at the last minute. Also, as noted before, WWE officials were upset when news of Edge's contract expiring hit the net. So when the news came out, they sent Laurinaitis scrambling to bring Edge into Raw for a face-to-face contract negotiations.
So they did it at the last minute. So did Cena even know about it? Because Cena really didn't.
Like,
Cena didn't say anything.
He was just kind of shocked that Edge was even there. My guess is John probably knew before he went out to the ring. I'm guessing, from what I was told, because the news broke out like a few days ago that his contract was coming to an end, like today.
And I mean, why is that news though? I mean, he can't wrestle anymore.
No, but I think
they want to keep him on as like an authority figure, maybe something like that.
That or like movie deals with WWE films.
Yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. His movie that is out or is coming out, it looks better than the other WWE movies.
I'll rent it.
It looks like it can be funny.
Wait till it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah,
but you know,
he's probably already out on Netflix.
Shout out to Netflix.
I still need to get that.
Yes, you do.
He was talking earlier about all the documentaries.
Oh my God,
and all that.
There's all kinds. Stone Cold, The Rock.
Edge's new DVD.
His isn't out yet. There's one on Orton I just watched. That was fantastic. One on Batista. The
greatest
rivalries. And Shawn. Anyways, I don't know if John knew, if Cena knew, but
I was gonna say Johnny Ace knew. That's for sure.
Johnny Ace knew, but I don't know if anybody else knew.
Yeah.
And besides Vince and Johnny Ace and Edge.
Yeah.
But they probably hey, while he's here, let's put him on TV. You know?
I mean, did you hear the pop that he got?
Exactly. And he even mentioned it on Raw last night that, hey, the reason I'm here, number one, my contract, this might be the last time I'm ever on Raw, which I doubt that.
No.
They'll bring him. He's going to sign a contract.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of negotiation. Early numbers for last night's WWE Raw Super Show rating was an average of 4.39 million viewers.
That's not bad.
For a 3-hour Raw, that's not bad. The first hour did the lowest, 3.66 million.
Probably people didn't know about it. They announced it last week.
Exactly my point. This should...
it's like as they're going off the air, hey, by the way, Raw's 3 hours next week, bye!
We're going out tonight! And yeah, they do that every week, don't they? Just like the live SmackDowns. It's like a day notice. and then all of a
You
sudden,
remember
it's live.
You remember here like a year or so ago, if there was a 3-hour Raw, they gave you like a month's notice.
They built it up more than the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. The first hour did a 3.66 million. This should equal out to a 3.0 or 3.1 overall. Full ratings are going to be out later today, so if we have them by the end of the show, we'll give them to you.
There you go.
There you go. And of course,
what would a crappy show be without Hulk Hogan?
That's right, brother. Since he is in TNA, it is a nice segue there, Troy.
Stories about him dropping that third leg on people.
Oh yeah, baby. Very nice. Keep that third leg over there. TMZ.
Whoa, big fella.
TMZ.com broke the news back in March that Hulk Hogan's sex tape exists, and it's being shopped around to the highest bidder. Images have now surfaced online that it's clearly Hulk Hogan, which I've seen the images.
The thing is, he can barely walk. What makes you think he can do the deed?
It's that third leg. Hulk Hogan, an unidentified woman, not his ex-wife Linda, and is not his current wife Jennifer McDaniel, being intimate. Now, gossip website TheDirty.com has published
TheDirty.com.
Shout out to them and all their dirty stuff.
I've never heard of them. Hang on, I'm looking that up on my phone.
Has published the first grainy images from the movie, which has prompted speculation.
That was just of Hogan's ass, too.
As to who the mystery woman is. It's rumored that the woman is Hulk Hogan, in the Hulk Hogan sex tape is Bubba the Love Sponge's ex-wife Heather Clem. Bubba has said on his radio show that when he and Heather were still married, get this, he would offer her to close personal friends, which Erik, like you said, Hulk Hogan and Bubba, the Love Sponge, are like this.
That's just...
Interesting enough, everybody's favorite crazy wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior, made a similar claim about Hulk Hogan last year, that Hogan wouldn't let other wrestlers party with his now ex-wife, Linda. What do you guys think about that?
Linda Hogan's
a Bia?
Yeah. She's terrible. She is a terrible person.
Do you think, honest to God, though, that Hulk Hogan let other wrestlers like, ooh, yeah, Macho Man, and all his buddies back in the 80s party with his wife?
I wouldn't I wouldn't doubt it, because, I mean, it was the 80s.
I agree, but I can't see Hogan doing that. I could see, like, Jake the Snake doing something like that.
Who knows?
I wouldn't put it past him.
He'd probably, honestly, I'm not trying to take a cheap shot at Jake here, but he would probably have done it for drugs. Like, hey, I'll give you this, you give me time with your wife.
Hey, Hulk, listen, if you got me, if you can give me a bag of weed, I'll do something dirty with that snake and Linda.
And a bottle of Jack.
Wow, that's kind of eerie how close you were to Jake.
Listen,
you got 21.
I'm not showing
22.
up. I'm not showing up for that independent show unless I'll get me some bag of weed.
Bottle of Jack.
Or
Everything's better with a bag of weed.
Me and Damien are not coming to the show this week if you don't get us that little back Jack Daniels.
Damien's jonesing for a fix, man.
Damien needs some weed too. Send it to my room. 666 Holiday Inn.
All right.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh, man.
That's enough of that.
I don't know. So we're going to end the headlines right there because I don't know where to go from it
That's it.
after that.
You know, we try to transition into things. Sometimes we just got to say, nope, stop.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't go to Google or Yahoo and type in Hulk Hogan sex tape because the pictures will pop up.
See, you tell people not to do that.
And now they're going to go.
It's
so
reverse psychology.
If Google gets a bunch of hits, it's all because of OTR. That's all I'm going to say. So, I don't know where to go.
I don't know.
I guess we got to talk about Raw.
Just jump straight into it.
It's a 3-hour Raw.
It sucked again. Good night, everybody.
Hit the theme music. By the way, we gotta tell everybody. A lot of people probably were like, "What the hell did you guys come in with this week?" That was the Freebirds theme song.
Bad Street USA.
Shout out to Erik over here.
Erik was the one who suggested that, and I.
Were you a member of the Freebirds?
No, I was a big fan back then.
Oh, so, all right. There you go.
Michael
They were
P.S.
actually the
Hayes.
first wrestling group to come into a rock and roll song.
Well, damn. Actually, I was going to say they were one of the first ever wrestlers / groups to ever come out with theme music, right?
Yeah.
I think they were the first, right? And then it was Hogan. Hogan and Eye of the Tiger.
They were the first.
Hogan came out with Eye of the Tiger?
I swear he did.
Back in his
because
early
it was like
Long
Rocky
time
3
ago.
came out. which boomed.
Yeah.
That made
And
Hogan a
isn't that-
star.
isn't that
So he
when
was
they
like,
brought-
"Hello, brother."
isn't that when they brought Mr. T in too?
Yep. And you might as well use the music. It was good theme music.
Yeah, the Freebirds were the first to use. They weren't the first to use entrance music. They were the first to use rock and roll music as their entry
I'd
theme.
like to know who the first wrestler ever was to use theme music. Yeah. We used to have a stat guy called Wes Bird.
Yeah.
Eric, he used to do stuff like
Is he
this.
still filming Thunder in Paradise?
He's filming
Like
Under the Covers
68?
with Hulk.
Oh,
We love you, Wes
oh,
Bird.
oh.
That was just a shout out to.
That is just. Wes, we still do like you, but he's just being an ass
I
today.
am. I'm just playing with you, Wes Bird. Just like Hulk Hogan was playing with that.
Enough of that! Enough!
Third leg.
Oh,
Brother. What you gonna do when that third leg comes on you? All right.
Ew. No, I'm done. I'm done. Goodbye. No.
Would you rather
Ew.
talk about this or than Raw?
Raw, please
Okay.
get the Raw.
So here's the story.
I don't care how bad it was.
Here's the story. I got home last night at 8:30 and I did not want to watch Raw. I didn't want to turn it on. I said, you know what? I watched a little bit of the Yankees and Ranger game. I had no interest in watching Raw. I really didn't. And then I played some PlayStation 3 with some of my buddies back in Cleveland. We played a little online. No, I did not play Call of Duty.
Thank
Just
God.
Give a shout out to that.
Okay, what you said earlier was wrong. The images do not come up on Google. The only image I got was the infamous Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, looking like Warriors doing a little
Something on
oral
the third
exam
leg.
on Hogan.
Checking out the third leg. So I didn't watch Raw. I had no interest in it until 11 o'clock. And then I went on YouTube, and I pretty much
God bless
skipped.
YouTube.
Thank God, right? What would we do without YouTube? I basically skipped
We
all
wouldn't
the
have
crap.
this show.
I started at, part one, because there was
Yeah.
like 14 parts of last night's Raw on YouTube. So I just kind of went through 1 through 14 and skipped every crappy thing I saw. I basically saw two parts.
Actually, you asked,
I know what happened, but I skipped through it.
You
most
asked
of
what
it.
would we do without YouTube? Well, I'd never see SmackDown. That's for one thing.
That's another thing. I don't watch SmackDown like you don't. And
Plus, we wouldn't get those great WWE shows like Are You Serious? The WWE Download.
That's about it.
Honestly, those are probably the best things WWE's putting out right now.
probably the only two things on that show. I try, once in a while I'll throw on Zack Ryder's show. Once in a blue moon, because I like the stuff he does with Dolph. And some of the stuff is funny that he does. But that's probably the three that I watch.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't give a crap about Santino's whatever cooking show, whatever he's got on there.
Yeah, I read somewhere that Zack Ryder's not happy with how WWE's editing his show.
We
now.
talked about that a while
'cause
ago.
They won't allow comments on his videos, and he loves the fan interaction.
Which
and he just really pissed
understandable.
off about it.
That's how he got over.
Yeah.
In the first place.
He's-
And now they're making Zack Ryder look like a sellout when he had nothing to do with it.
What they're doing is taking what got Ryder popular and taking it
Freedom
away
of
from
speech.
him. Yeah.
Freedom to interact with his fans because he would have comments.
But yet,
you know,
they will allow comments on the Are You Serious episodes because they're looking for suggestions of clips to put on
I
the
bet
next
you
show.
they edit that crap out so much. Like one F-bomb by somebody on there, it's edited and probably
Yeah.
taken off
Oh,
the...
yeah.
I bet you they got like Joey Styles,
yeah,
the
I-
website guy, going, oh my God! He's probably sitting there, oh, F-bomb click, or,
Yeah.
you know,
what
every
it is they have it to where you can comment, but the comment has to be approved by the
okay.
administrator. So
Well, either way, so I skipped most of Raw. Did you guys watch the
I
whole
saw
show?
the first hour and a half.
I was off and on. And once 9 o'clock hit, I switched it over to House and I watched that.
There you go.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. I call him Lou.
Lou Hurey.
Yeah. That British guy. So it was. I honestly cannot go through every match. I know Jericho Kofi had a pretty good match. I think
Were
that was
they
a
the
start.
first
That was the
one?
first
It
match.
was the first. It kicked off.
Bring up
show.
the results real quick.
Well,
we're done with headlines, so you can
Yeah,
click that
Edge
off.
and Cena kicked
Yeah,
off
Edge
the
and
show.
Cena.
Talk about that while I do this.
Basically, they were making it seem like they were going to do the Cena Lesnar contract signing to open the show. Mm-hmm. And Teddy Long came out. He introduced Cena. Cena came out, and then he introduced introduced Brock Lesnar. John Laurinaitis came out, said that Brock wasn't here, but when he gets here, we will do the contract signing on Brock's terms.
Yep.
And
So basically, that means the end of the show, people.
Yeah, yep. And, Teddy, of course, John being the horrible boss that he is, told Teddy, tell John Cena to leave my ring.
Like John Cena can't hear him.
Yeah, really.
He's in the ring, dummy.
He's telling Teddy Long to tell Cena this when Cena is standing right next to Teddy
That's
Long.
like me telling you, tell Erik to get out of our studio.
Really?
Anyway, Erik, LaTroy, tell Erik, who's sitting 10 feet away from me.
Not even that.
Not even, maybe 6. Get out of my studio.
Get the hell out of my studio.
Tell him that. Go ahead, tell him that.
Oh, no. He looked sad when you said that. You hurt our listeners.
That's really stupid, though.
But no, and then after that, Teddy said, and he didn't even ask John. He just said, Mr. Cena, please leave the ring. Thank you, goodbye, and stepped out of the ring. And then all of a sudden, Edge's music hits out of nowhere.
You think you know me?
Ew.
Well,
That was kind of creepy.
It was good.
But Edge comes out. He does his little dancing, whatever, on the stage.
Yep.
He gets in the ring and basically tells John, you need to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. If you don't beat him, it's a slap in the face to guys like Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, and me. Basically, the Hall of Fame. Undertaker. Yeah, it wasn't Ultimate Warrior. Undertaker.
But you know what this was? This was just another attempt
to get Cena over.
Oh, Cena over and make him a babyface.
Yeah.
Edge, who's a babyface, respected Hall of Famer, out there giving Cena a pep talk.
Still too early for him to go in.
Yeah, but it was still a way to get, hey, people like Edge. So if Edge is cool with Cena and giving him a pep talk, people are going to like Cena.
And
nope.
Edge even said, you were my greatest rivalry when I was in this company.
As a single wrestler.
Yeah, as a single wrestler.
Which you might agree with that. Him or Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much of a feud.
His matches with Cena were good.
His matches with Cena
one was really good.
But he said, you were my greatest rivalry. I'm not, like you said, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to beat Brock Lesnar.
And that was about it.
Yeah, and
then segment ended.
Edge left, and then we went to commercial.
Yep. So.
And John didn't say a word, which makes me think that they did just kind of spring it on Cena.
Yeah, because Cena didn't say anything, and Cena didn't say nothing.
Yeah, he just stood there and took it like a champ.
Yep. Took it like a boss. So Jericho versus Kofi.
Just like the unknown lady in Hogan's tape.
There we go. Jericho basically beats Kofi clean.
Sorry, folks. We're going to have Hulk Hogan sex tape references all day.
Oh, boy. Jericho beats Kofi clean, and then after the match, he basically...
With the Lion Tamer. I did see that.
I hate Michael Cole.
I kind of marked out for that.
Beats him with the walls of Jericho, which it wasn't the walls. It was the Lion Tamer. There's a big difference. Jericho wins cleanly, and then he says after the match that he's got a little present for CM Punk, which is in his locker room.
Yeah.
So then we go to the next thing. It's a promo looking at Brock Lesnar and his WWE career, which Erik, who was he beating on in every promo that they ran for Brock Lesnar?
The first one was his first match in the WWE against Jeff Hardy.
Right. TNA.
In TNA.
TNA.
It was a SmackDown match against Hulk Hogan.
TNA.
And WrestleMania against Kurt Angle.
TNA.
Hat trick, baby. You see a trend here. It's like Vince was saying, hey, every guy that hits in a promo, I want TNA.
They're just trying to crap all over TNA.
And they did a good job. They pooped on him. Anyways, so still to come, they're promoting the Lesnar Cena contract signing, which hopefully will work this time. Backstage.
Okay. No, wait, never mind. I'll wait till we actually...
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll actually wait till we get to talking about
I might as well read these in order, and then you guys can comment. Backstage, we're back from break, and Lauren Rice is on the phone when Eve Torres, the Hoskie of the Moskie.
Hoskie of the Moskie.
Yeah, she comes in. Lauren Rice is an opening in his administrative department and thinks she may be interested in it. Of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's play boss and secretary. What's out of here, brother? What is with all the Hogan
number 10 now?
Today? Yeah,
he and David Otunga needed executive administrator. He says that...
an executive administrator. Administrator of what?
This could lead to some really big things, unlike your career, David. She says the key word here is executive and says she would be honored. He welcomes her aboard and they shake hands. Who cares? I missed that whole part.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't care about it.
Josh Matthews is backstage when CM Punk asks what the gift from Jericho was. Punk picks up the gift basket. It's like a gift basket filled with liquor. Punk says he has a gift for Jericho, too.
Why can't people give me that as a present?
Right, and he's going to hand deliver it this Sunday in Chicago.
Guess they made a wrong turn it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Punk says now he's going to re-gift Jericho's liquor gift. He hands Matthews the basket of liquor, but keeps a bottle of whiskey. Punk tells Matthews to get out, and we go to commercial. So now everyone's thinking...
okay, Punk's drinking the whiskey.
I never bought it for a second.
Nope.
Back from break, we see Lord Tensai beating the crap out of Cena, which leads to the R-Truth.
Yeah, he goes from Cena one week to R-Truth this week.
Little Jimmy! Anyways, R-Truth, Lord Tensai.
Okay, I didn't see this. Did Tensai miss Little Jimmy? That would be funny as hell.
No, but it would have been good. He should have kicked Little Jimmy right in the forehead. He wins with the claw. He spits on his hand. Gets a loogie on it.
I don't know what that is. Is he spitting like...
green mist.
The little mist against little Jimmy. He spits on his hand, the green mist, then he does the claw, and he actually beats R-Truth this week. So there was not a stoppage of the match. He actually beat him.
Which is a good change for
That'd be nice.
Really?
Yeah. So
I mean, you do it the first couple times to show that he's just dominant.
Yep.
But then you actually start having him win the match.
Yeah.
And his
the right
squash matches were against legitimate competition, unlike Ryback.
Yeah. Yep.
I have not seen anything from him. Probably because he's on SmackDown.
And who watches SmackDown? Lord Tensai wins. Then we go to a commercial. Before we go to commercial, we see Kane walking backstage. Kane comes out.
I did see this.
Cuts a pretty good promo on Randy saying, "Hey, I beat your dad and you up, ha ha ha."
And
well, Randy's got a little surprise for him because backstage, oh yeah,
Kane, come and help me.
I'm back on TV. Oh yeah, my balls are jiggling. Oh yeah. Paul Bear is
You gotta wonder
back.
if he puts a rubber band around him to get his voice up that high. Like he's at home, he's like, all right, I gotta get into character. Oh yes.
So, anyways, they're standing in by
like a freezer.
A freezer.
Like
so
one of those
Randy,
ones where it doesn't really have a door, it just slides open like a jail cell.
and if you don't know the story, Paul Bear is Kane's stepdad.
Kane's stepfather, yeah.
So he kicks the guy in the cooler or the freezer,
and of
shuts
course,
the door.
it's
Randy
funny,
walks away.
And all you see is he's in a wheelchair. Randy takes him.
I thought Edge killed, or no, yeah, it was Edge.
Yeah, it was Edge.
Killed him.
Killed him by dropping him off that balcony or
Poor
whatever.
Paul. Oh my God!
I thought they put him in with the cement.
With Undertaker.
He's been killed 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, and what he did here was just basically Paul Bear was in a wheelchair. He just kind of lightly pushed him back into this freezer, which was filled with fog, and he just kind of disappeared into the fog.
So you're thinking
Randy closed the door.
Kane basically says, well, you're not real. I could care less about Paul Bear. You're just my stepdad. My real dad's actually Satan.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
nice.
he says, I always viewed the devil as my real father.
Well, that's nice. So basically, he starts walking up the ramp.
Wait. So does that mean that Kane is the Antichrist?
I'm not touching that. Glenn Jacobs,
No,
God rest him, he is not an Antichrist.
No, we are not going to get into religious stuff.
No, we are
on the
not.
show.
So Kane starts walking up the ramp. La-da-dee, da-da-da. Here comes Randy Orton. Randy's punching him in the face. He grabs a pipe and basically...
It reminds me of Scott Steiner. He always had that lead pipe.
Oh, yeah. And then Randy bashes Kane in the head, and then Kane runs away.
Like a scared little pia.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
I don't understand.
They did it with when he was going with Cena, too.
You know what they should have did? Had Randy come out, beat the crap out of him as Kane starts heading up the ramp like a fire goes off.
Yeah.
And then that stops Orton in his tracks. Don't make Kane running through the people up the ramp.
Oh, no, that was just a way to get Michael Cole. Oh, well, this Sunday, it doesn't matter where Kane goes. Randy can follow him. It's Falls Count anywhere.
Hey, you guys, listen.
Yeah, Vince.
Michael. Michael.
What?
I know you can hear me.
I know I can. What do you want?
During this match,
Yeah.
or this fight, when Randy chases Kane out through the crowd, I want you to plug the freaking pay-per-view.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense considering we just did this like a week ago.
I don't give a damn. I talk through your headset. I made Mick Foley quit commentary. I can make you quit, Now listen, when Kane goes through the crowd, I want you to plug the pay-per-view.
Yes, sir.
Ah, damn it. Very well done. By the way, he is always in their commentary's headsets. You think they get annoyed?
Honestly, I could not. I would sit there like this the whole time, taking my headphones off and putting them around my neck. I'd be there the whole time. I could not stand.
Can
Vince
you
McMahon
imagine
right in my
Jim
ear.
Ross during one of Jim Ross's, Stone Cold's? I mean, let's let the crowd listen. Let's let the OTR fans listen in on that. Imagine Stone Cold coming out.
What?
JR going nuts. JR going nuts. Go ahead.
JR going nuts?
Yep.
Stone Cold!
Hey!
Stone Cold!
Hey!
Stone Cold!
That's enough. You said it 3 times. What? Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Listen, you're a fat Oklahoma. I want you to say Stone Cold 3 times. That's it. Not 4. 3.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to say that stupid thing you say.
That's a slobber knocker.
Yeah, that and stomping a mud hole in his
Stomping a
ass.
mud hole in him and walking the drive.
There you go.
Whipping him like a government mule.
All right, I'll let you live for a while. Jesus.
I could not take Vince McMahon in
No.
my ear
Oh,
for
my.
2 hours every week.
When you got a crappy Raw, we got to make it as entertaining
4
as
hours.
popular.
4 hours for Cole because he does SmackDown.
Oh, God, no kidding. So basically, they make Kane go up the ramp. Orton does his Randy Orton pose. And we go to break.
He half-asses it anymore now.
It's a half-ass Randy Orton pose. Lawler and Cole, they're hyping up the contract, still doing promos. Here we go. Alex Riley, he runs into Jericho backstage. What do you want, idiot? Jericho didn't say that. I just
Alex
want to do
Riley,
that.
I don't know how
First
to
of all,
Alex
I'm shocked.
Riley.
Alex Riley. I had to look at him for a second.
To
I'm
make
like,
sure.
who is that?
Yeah.
Is that really A-Rye?
And the worst thing about it, a good theme song, a really good theme song, wasted on a jobber.
Yep. Riley says CM Punk threw him out of the locker room because Riley caught CM Punk drinking liquor out of the gift basket. So Jericho and Punk go to the locker room of CM Punk. They open the door just a crack, and there's Punk drinking something. We don't know what it is. So we get to that in a little bit. Alberto Del Rio and Cody Rhodes against Big Show and Great Khali. The one team I love, the other team I could not give two craps
Good
about.
to see Del Rio back in action.
Yeah, but this match sucked. I skipped through it, did not watch it.
Big Show and Great Khali.
And
Why are they lining?
But
them
I will
up for
say
tag
one
team
thing.
titles?
I will say one thing. The Great Khali makes Big Show look like Daniel Bryan. That's saying something.
Ain't that the friggin' truth? Khali, here's what he does. He gets in the ring, looks at somebody, chop, maybe a kick,
Yep.
and then like another chop. That's it.
And that's it. That's it.
And then he eliminates himself in an over-the-top rope challenge. Why does this thing still have a job?
Ed should have got double pay for that match. He had to work extra hard
Ed
for
should
that.
have got Khali's pay, and Khali should have got fined for that. I mean, you know it's bad when Cole even says, he just eliminated himself.
What an idiot.
When Jerry Lawler has to cover for the wrestler's stupidity, and the other
God.
commentator calls their BS.
Yeah, so Big Show and Great Khali win. It's announced that Santino... Now, this is going to get you peeved off.
I didn't see anything.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
Yeah,
Now, everyone knows that Troy is a pretty big Miz fan. You
Yes.
support the Miz.
Yes, I have his shirt. And,
You don't
he's,
like-
He's a home state guy for both of
Yep.
us. He's a hometown guy for you,
Yep.
basically.
You don't like the way that Miz is getting treated.
No.
This is going to make you even more mad. Are you guys ready for Troy's blow up tonight?
My
Blow up of the week?
rant of the week.
Oh, you were pretty good last week. This one might get you. All right. It's announced that Santino Marella, get ready. You ready?
Go.
Santino Marella is going to defend the United States Championship against The Miz. It gets worse. During an Extreme Rules pre-show on YouTube. He's not on the pay-per-view. He's fighting for the United States belt, a belt that he overcame a while back, like a year or a half ago.
You mean the belt that he gave credibility back to?
Yeah, that one. And he's wrestling Santino, who he's probably going to job to. You know that's coming. On YouTube.
At least it's free.
Are you
That's
trying?
the only. Oh my God! There's so many things running through my. I'll be back.
Troy Austin is actually leaving the.
Troy
He just
Austin
left the
has
studio.
Troy Austin has left the studio.
I told you it was going to be a good one. At least he went outside for a little bit. That's very professional of him. That's very professional. We're going to keep going, Eric, and we'll let him calm down.
It was pretty good to have a pre-show before the show.
Yeah, but why?
You remember back in the day when they had the
Sunday Night Heat and the free-for-all. But I still don't understand, like, why they are just downgrading Miz.
This guy main evented WrestleMania last
and he's
year.
young. He can cut a promo. And the thing about it that really ticks me off is, like, Miz is saying on Twitter, be patient. So maybe they do have something for him. But for God's sakes, he's got a job to Santino. Ugh.
Santino ain't even...
He's horrible.
He's not even in the same league as The Miz.
No, not even close. Jericho is backstage with Laurinaitis, Eve, and Teddy, and basically saying, hey, if I can get proof that CM Punk was drinking, can you crown me the champion? Laurinaitis agrees and says that Teddy Long's going to come out there later on and conduct a public field sobriety test to CM Punk. Jericho thanks Laurinaitis, and we go to the next thing, another backstage promo, this time with Brock Lesnar and Josh Matthews. Josh basically asked him, where he's been. Where were you at the beginning of the show? Lesnar doesn't answer. And then Matthew asks him if he'll still be the face of WWE if he loses this Sunday. Lesnar slams Matthews up against the production truck. Pretty hard, too. Lets him down. He says, pats him on the cheek. Starts to walk away. Lesnar grabs...
Why is there no alcohol in this place?
Hey, Troy's back. Scared the hell out of me. I almost censored myself there.
Oh, my God.
So,
why a pre-show?
I'm going to get you caught up. Basically, Lesnar's coming backstage, and he basically throws Josh Matthews, who just says, I'm just doing my job, throws him into a metal barricade backstage. And then we go to commercial.
They used for backstage interviews.
Yep, we go to commercial.
Honestly, why does Matthews not sue for an unsafe work environment then?
Matthews is a small guy, too.
Yeah.
He's like 150 pounds.
Soaking wet.
I don't know how he was on Tough Enough at all.
Which, by the way, there's another headline. Andy got released.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, actually.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought... I am so
happy about that.
I posted that on our Facebook and Twitter yesterday. I forgot about that. We'll talk about it. But, so Lesnar, beats the hell out... He throws him very hard, which brings up the question. If Sheamus gets, fined 100 G's for kicking a bad referee...
500,000?
Yeah, 500 grand.
Half a million for kicking a ref.
Is Brock going to get fined by Laurinaitis?
No, because he's in with Laurinaitis.
We will get with that. Back from break, so we see what happens. Matthews is on a stretcher, and he's, so we'll see what happens.
It's just a way to write Josh Matthews off TV
Is
for
he taking a vacation? Maybe JR could come back and do SmackDown.
Oh, please.
That would be nice. Move Cole to just permanent SmackDown. Bring JR back to Raw.
It won't happen.
I know, I'm stretching.
I'm still stuck on the Miz thing.
So get this. We have a new Divas champion. Beth Phoenix Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella beats Beth Phoenix with a roll-up. Your favorite maneuver, Troy. The roll-up.
I'm about to leave again.
Yep. Beth Phoenix, her leg, she sells a leg injury. I thought it might have been legit. But
they said she was selling it when she was leaving the arena, and she was even selling it at the airport because of all the fans being present. And all
but we
that.
think it's fake. So
yeah, it's fake.
Didn't you say that there was even people in the back that were thinking, "Oh God"?
Yeah,
they did it well. She sold it really well.
Yeah. I just.
But
why?
Erik told us
why they're putting the belt back on one of the Bellas? Because, like Erik said earlier, apparently Karma is coming back on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to squash the Bellas like she promised.
Yep.
Before she went out on
maternity
leave.
Because we haven't seen Karma since the Rumble.
No. And we've been waiting for her to come back, and she's ready.
Yeah.
I mean, she came back at the Rumble, but she wasn't 100% ready to go. It was just to throw Michael Cole's candy ass out the ring, thank God.
That was still a waste of at least 2 roster spots. The King and Cole. Booker T, okay, fine. I still say, wouldn't the announcers have thought it weird? Booker T's sitting there with, no pants on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Trunks.
You're kind of cold.
Booker,
it's just January.
Booker, I'm thinking you missed something when you were getting dressed this morning.
Can you dig my penis, sucker? That's all he was.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Oh, there it is.
Hulk's back.
Tell me.
Now watch out.
I did not just see that.
Somebody might start insinuating that Hulk had gay sex with Booker T.
Can you dig that? No, sucker. No, I can't.
Tell me he did not just say that.
He already called him the infamous promo with Hogan and Booker T.
With the N-word.
The N-word, which we're not promoting.
He said it to Cena, and Booker was just off to the side. And him and Charmel.
He said it. Oh, that was another time.
Yeah.
He's in. Well, we're not going to get to that.
Vince can be in some really weird moods sometimes.
He's an idiot sometimes, quite frankly. So, Nikki Bella's probably going to get squashed by Karma, and then they're going to set up probably Beth Karma eventually.
Beth Karma eventually, but like I said when we was talking about it before we came on air, you don't throw her right to Beth. You have her squash the Bellas because that's who she has beef with. You work her up through, your Eves, your Kellys, all that. You put her against Natty, and then after Natty, you go for Beth.
Yeah, who's going to be back by then anyways from her injury.
Because that way you give her time to heal up, quote unquote.
Yep. So then we get to in my opinion, the only really fun thing that happened on this whole Raw, in my opinion, the best thing, the Jericho Punk public sobriety test. CM Punk comes out, he's flipping and flopping, he's kind of falling all over the place, basically to sell the fact that he's drunk.
Yeah.
Which I knew as soon as I saw him come out like that, I said, he's faking it.
Yeah.
He's going to beat the hell out of Jericho.
He had like Pepsi or something in the bottle.
Yeah. Jericho is basically, the cops are telling him to do the alphabet backwards.
Well, they actually had police there.
Yep.
No, I can't even do the alphabet backwards sober.
I can. ZYXWV UTSRQP ONMLK JIH GFED CBA. Thank you.
Oh my God. You've had practice with that.
Practice? We sitting here. I'm supposed to be the franchise player. We still talk about practice. My name's Alan Iverson.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
How many field sobriety tests have you had?
Hey! Well, here's the thing. I learned that back in second grade.
Wait, did you have to do that when you were drinking with Dolph Ziggler?
I learned. No. Dolph and me did not do that. I had a teacher in second grade that insisted that if we memorized how to do that backwards, we could do anything. That was her.
Like pass a field sobriety
I
test.
guess, and I learned it.
It's preparing you young.
Legit. But apparently CM Punk couldn't do it at first, which most people can't. And he even brought up a lot of people can't do that sober. I've never had a cop ask that.
No,
that's weird.
Yeah, see, they stopped doing that. Now it's the
Of
whole,
course.
raise your foot 6 inches off the ground, touch your nose.
Or the line, which CM Punk had to walk. He was flipping and flopping all over the place. So basically, Teddy Long says, hey, to the cops, hey, players, is he drunk? The cop said yes. So he grabs the belt from Punk. Punk gives him the belt, is about to give it to Jericho, and then Punk says, wait a minute, I want one more chance. He gives him the one more chance. He says the alphabet backwards, and then struts Ric Flair style. Woo!
Right down the line.
Right down the middle of the line. Does it backwards and basically says it's the worst moonwalk in history. He does the moonwalk backwards. Great segment.
Wow.
Very fun.
I'm kind of sad I missed that.
That's the only part you need to look up, by the way. And then basically when he gets to A, he's like C, B, pause. Crowd goes nuts. A. Hits him with the mic. Jericho beats the hell out of him.
Did it get that nice little pop and little static sound?
It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It was like, what? Give me the belt, baby! Ah! One of those. Jericho was thinking he's going to be the champ. So they're brawling and stuff, and then Teddy Long basically gives gives Punk the belt back, and that's the end of the segment. So it was a good segment, though. It was funny. It was really good.
Hilarious.
And then we go to Sheamus Mark Henry when, wouldn't you know it, we've heard the chants all night and they're getting more and more apparent. Go ahead. Yes! 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 Very well timed. We did not rehearse that, by the way.
No, of course we didn't rehearse that. What are you talking about?
No.
We don't rehearse this show
Absolutely.
at all.
It's a one-take deal. Before the match can start, special referee is announced. Daniel Bryan comes out. Of course, crowd chanting yes.
Yeah,
he's
and
chanting
Vince
yes.
thought, that's a one-time thing.
Never!
No.
I've seen a YouTube of SmackDown when he comes out. They actually drown out the yes chants.
Damn right we do.
That's one reason I don't watch SmackDown.
It's just like
they
what?
edit it so much.
Although I think when he called the LaBelle lock,
the yes lock, that's
stupid.
A little too far.
Because now every time he gets him in it, he's chanting yes, yes. It's kind of making it look a little funny, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, yes, yes.
Can we stop with the Hogan crap?
I'm just pointing out,
brother. Yes, brother. Yes, 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 brother.
All right, Jesus.
This is what we in the business call a running gag.
Oh my God! Oh, this is what you call in our business getting through a bad Raw. After the match, so basically during the Mark Henry Sheamus match, I think basically Mark Henry, he hits a clothesline on Sheamus and goes to cover Sheamus, and it's like 1, 2, 3. It was the quickest count in history.
Yeah.
Mark Henry wins, and then of course the yes lock on Sheamus. But then they announced on SmackDown this week they're going to have a rematch, and Daniel Bryan is not going to be involved. We'll see about that. He's not going to be the ref.
Yeah. Is it bad that until you mentioned Sheamus, I forgot he was the World Heavyweight Champion?
It's really sad because I think he's got a lot of talent. He's not getting used right.
I mean, if they would have actually had a match at WrestleMania and actually went out there and did something,
it would have made him look even more credible.
It would have made him look more credible, and it would make me remember that he was the friggin' champion.
I think they have a good chance of really having a good match at Extreme Rules because it's 2 out of 3 falls, so you know it ain't going to be a quick one.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, those 18 seconds got Daniel Bryan over big time.
Yeah, they did.
Those are the... If I could go out there, work for 18 seconds and get $50,000...
Get kissed by AJ?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'd do it more for that. Screw the money.
Right. Dorito Tacos are presenting the next match.
Those things aren't that good.
Well...
I love Taco Bell, but if I'm going to get sorry, this is a rant. We need one. I left and kind of ranted out.
All right,
there.
go ahead.
Because I said some words out there that beeping would not
Bob
justify.
told us. Bob was, shampooing, the carpet out there, and he spilled it all over himself. You kicked him in the ass or something. That's what he said.
He got in my way. What can I say?
All right, go ahead.
But no, these Dorito tacos, no.
No?
They're not that good.
No?
If I'm going to get a taco from Taco Bell, I'm going to get a regular friggin' taco.
So you don't think they're that good?
No, you can barely taste the Doritos.
How funny that you mentioned that Dorito tacos aren't even that good. Because the match that represented them sucked. Go friggin' figure. Brodus Clay and Hornswoggle against Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler, who were our decent wrestlers. Dolph, who we think could be a world champion.
I still think he will hold that belt.
But he's involved with this crap.
What happened to Brodus and Santino?
I don't know, but this is even worse.
I don't really care.
This is worse.
I don't care what happened to him, but I mean, it's another storyline where they just kind of dropped it.
Yep.
Same with the Raw GM and countless other ones.
Yep. Basically, we're going to be quick with this. Brodus Clay and Hornswoggle, they won because Vicky got involved. Hornswoggle bit her in the ass, and then they all danced. That's all I got. Do I really need to say anything else about that match? There was a tag team match that was interesting. It was Santino, who you just mentioned, and Woo Woo Woo, we have nowhere to put you. Sorry, Zack Ryder, against the champs, Primo and Epico. Pretty decent match, but Santino Marella and Zack Ryder won with the freaking Cobra. I would rather have had the Rough Rider win it, but the Cobra won it.
Honestly,
so maybe they're...
The finger poke of doom is a better finisher than the Cobra.
Anything is.
It's
the
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder was calling his tag team on Twitter.
No, what?
Called it Cobro.
I thought he was going to say bro-bra.
I thought I was going to hit the beat button.
Yeah,
I didn't know what he said on Twitter there. The Cobro?
The Cobro.
That's...
Cobro.
Well, it's something,
Hashtag Cobro.
Shut up, Michael Cole. Let's see what else happened on Raw.
Don't you dare call me Michael Cole again. I'll put you through that window.
Yeah!
I'm still dwelling on this thing with the Miz pre-show.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. But anyways, Brock Lesnar, John Cena contract signing. Lesnar basically calling out Cena. Laurinaitis is in the ring. Cena doesn't come out at first. So Brock goes on this rampage that he wants the show to be named after him, Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar. He also wants more money. Crowd's really getting on Lesnar, so the heat is starting to work.
So they're booing. Okay,
they're booing Brock. Believe it or not,
well, he's playing the arrogance role. I mean, look at what happened with Jeff Jarrett. That was the same thing. He was so arrogant that people hated him.
Yep, he's not going to be a puppet. Lesnar brings up the $500,000 fine that was delivered to Sheamus. Like you said, Lesnar says Laurinaitis will not be fining him, and in fact, he's going to be paying him more money. So all these demands. He said if Laurinaitis meets these demands, he'll sign the contract to fight Cena. If he doesn't live up to that, he ain't fighting John.
Yeah.
So Laurinaitis agrees, which is interesting to me. He agreed to it, and they shook on it, and Lesnar signed the contract. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Laurinaitis is going to go back on his word, which would probably turn Lesnar back into a face eventually.
Yeah.
Because are we going to see next week, Monday Night Raw, the video with Brock Lesnar, starring Brock Lesnar? I mean, they shook on it. So doesn't that mean...
it's going to be Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar. The opening video is going to be nothing but highlights from Lesnar's
That's what
career.
I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do that next week at least. But it wouldn't make sense because Extreme Rules is this Sunday.
Yeah.
So what... I don't understand what they're going to do. But
I don't know.
Apparently he shook on it. So...
Okay,
but
just
either
to get
way,
this question out of the way real
Okay.
quick. Are you going to watch Extreme Rules? Jason?
Maybe. I might be out of town this weekend.
I wouldn't spend my money on it.
No.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, the
And
pay-per-view
me-
looks decent.
Me, I'll watch it.
I'll tell you this.
I'll go somewhere and watch it. I'm not saying where because I don't feel like getting the FBI on me.
Yes, there you go.
I'll say the same thing too.
Well, here's the thing. It looks like a pretty good pay-per-view. I mean, it does.
does.
The matches are interesting.
Yeah.
Problem is, the local establishment over here is not doing pay-per-views anymore.
I'll go out of town.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. That's what we're all going to have to do. Or stream it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, that's a swear word.
I know it is. So eventually Cena does come out. And interesting, he's got the thugonomic chain on his neck. I don't know where they're going with this, but Cena comes out and he wraps a chain around his arm, around his hand. You know, Lesnar throws the table, says Cena's scared. Lesnar walks away out of the ring, and that's how Raw ended. It was one of the stupidest endings I've ever seen. They should have let him go at it or something in Raw.
I mean, I think Brock was saying, he's scared to face him one-on-one without any weapons or whatever. But that doesn't make any sense because it's an Extreme Rules match on Sunday. There's going to be weapons involved.
Here's my thing. I think that's what, people are already saying. Well, is Cena coming back as the Thugonomics character that introduced the Thugonomics? When his first rivalry, his big first rivalry was against who? Brock Lesnar. Who was he? The rapper gimmick. Is he going to come back with that?
Honestly, that was his best gimmick. His best feud. Yeah.
Absolutely. Are they going to bring back the whole chain gang with John Cena? Are they going to
Probably
do
not.
that? That would be the smart thing to
would
do.
be smart.
The people, actually, when they saw Cena come out with the lock, some of the guys were cheering, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if you caught that, but they were probably going, oh, it's different. It's a new Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be cool with that, even if he didn't go back to being a heel and he did the whole rapping thing and he was face. I'm fine with that. His promos would improve big time. His gimmick would be changed. He could probably record another rap song to come out with.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I'm all for it. Because I guarantee you, a lot of the audience would probably get behind it too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, the reason a lot of people don't like Cena, guys, males, grown men, is because Cena's been doing the same damn thing for years.
Yep.
So, that's how it ended, guys.
And that's really a crappy Raw.
Pretty much. Anything you guys got to say before we? I'm gonna try to get to maybe some of our fan comments here.
I got nothing to you, Eric.
No.
Wow. I thought it was a subpar Raw. I thought the 3 hours was way too long for this show.
They've been subpar Raws since
Mania.
Since the Raw after Mania.
Do you think they missed The Rock bad right now?
Oh God, yes. It's just, The Rock is obviously coming back sooner or later because he said he will be the WWE champion.
Can't come soon enough.
Honestly, I say this: if he does win the WWE championship, he had better change the belt. Because The Rock walking around with that belt that looks like a toy.
I'm shocked at CM Punk.
That spinner belt is just getting pretty stale.
Why didn't CM Punk? Well, you know what? I'm glad you guys brought that up. I was watching an interview with Triple H, and they asked him, why that stupid... It was I think it was Opie and Anthony were asking Triple H why that belt still exists.
Yeah.
Triple H says he hates it, but the reason it still exists, supposedly, is they signed a huge deal with Mattel. The toy belt.
Of course.
And unfortunately, he'd love to get rid of it.
But Mattel won't
It's
let
a contract. And I don't know when it's up. That interview was a little while ago. So hopefully when that thing is up, they
That
can
belt
finally
is
dump
gone.
it.
I hope so.
Because everyone's wondering, well, a guy like CM Punk, why would he carry that belt around?
Really?
He's the total
And
anti-establishment.
again, it brings me back to when The Miz says, "Oh, I'm gonna change this garbage belt." And he had the case with the velvet sheet over it. He pulled that sheet off, and I was like, ah! And then it was just the same belt with the W turned upside down to an M. I was
Yep.
like, ah.
Yeah. But basically, the only thing that our crowd and fans have been talking about recently is what you brought up recently. PWIinsider.com reported earlier, a couple days ago, that WWE's released Tough Enough winner Adam Levine.
Levine, I
think it is Levine.
Silent Rage.
Silent
whatever the
Rage.
hell his name was.
He
the
won
boy
it,
didn't even make it to freaking TV.
never made it to the main roster.
Ever.
I don't know if he wasn't ready. We both thought the other kid should have made it.
Luke should have won.
He
And
reminded
honestly,
me of a young Randy Orton.
You want it?
Yeah, Luke.
He had talent, too.
Here is my take on it. You know, okay, they went through the Tough Enough thing. Andy won it. And then he gets busted for, it was a marijuana, steroids, whatever. It was something illegal
Yes.
that broke the wellness
Yes.
policy.
Yep.
And then they release him. You know what they effectively just did? They just made Tough Enough absolutely obsolete.
Which
they made
is,
that show worth
Stone
nothing.
Cold, Stone Cold went on to say that Andy Levine would win that show 9 times out of 10, in his opinion.
Yeah, and that just made Stone Cold look bad.
Yeah, it did.
I mean,
they
that
better
was-
not
that
even
one-
come out with
that one-
another Tough Enough.
At one time,
I'm not
that
watching
was
it.
the face of your company, and you're making him look like an idiot.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm not watching Tough
And
Enough
even
now.
Triple
if they
H,
come out.
or it wasn't Triple H, it was Bill DeMott, Booker T,
Trish.
and Trish. They all said that Andy won.
Yeah.
Or no. I think DeMott and Trish said Andy, and Booker said Luke, and then Austin cast the final vote.
Yeah.
Because it was live on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you made.
I was shocked.
You made 3 of those 4 trainers look like absolute morons.
I could not believe the way they did that and the way that this kid. Supposedly, Adam is in, or Andy.
Andy.
Actually, Adam Levine is the lead singer of Maroon 5. Andy basically said that, he's in good spirits and that his career is just getting started. I mean, he's going to get independent.
They said he needed more seasoning.
He does. And the thing is.
You know what that means? Send him to TNA! TNA!
Oh, you could see Bischoff lighting up right now. Come in, cut a promo on WWE saying that they was stupid. That whole. I could see it right now.
Yeah.
But you hit the nail on the head anyways. Tough enough means nothing.
It means nothing now.
They
yeah.
better not even come out with another episode, another season. I'm not watching it. You don't mean
Like
diddly.
Back before the old Tough Enoughs. I mean, who exists from that?
John Morrison and The Miz.
Morrison, Miz, and Matthews. Of course, granted, Matthews isn't.
And they
That's
didn't
it.
even. They didn't even win the show.
Maven got busted last week or 2 weeks ago for drugs, I believe.
Yeah. Who won that? I know Maven won the first season. The second season was Jackie Gata, and it was 2 winners. It was Linda Miles.
Yeah.
Shaniqua, whatever. She
Yeah.
was with the Bashams.
Yeah.
Then was there a 3rd season?
I don't remember.
I think after that it was on SmackDown as like a segment in the show.
Okay.
Who won the one that Miz was on? Was that Maven?
I think that was Maven's.
I think it was.
They know nothing,
That was-
obviously.
it was.
Maven
it
got
was
kind
bad.
of a small push, but
A small push by
Yeah.
eliminating Taker and having a feud with him.
Yeah,
and
that was
and
it.
That was about it.
That was it.
And that's really about all we have to say.
Yeah,
that's
so
about it. And
yeah, so I mentioned earlier that I watched the Randy Orton DVD, and we were just talking about
You've got
OVW.
you've got a
stuff.
segue. I've got a segue.
Look at that. Randy Orton DVD is really good. I was shocked when he was talking about how he basically went AWOL from the Marines and why he did it. I
Yeah,
never understood
this
why.
kind of blew me away.
But basically,
we were both thinking, it's just Randy Orton. He's just that way.
Yeah.
He's an arrogant a-hole.
he didn't like the way, and he says on the DVD that he really respects the troops, has nothing against the troops and what they fight for, obviously. But the way that when he was there, they were hazing other troops, hazing other soldiers.
hazing the privates that just came in.
That just came in, and he didn't want to be a part of it and left.
You do realize that the Marine 3 was coming out. Orton was set to star in that.
That's
but
why I bring that up.
The Marines all said, no, we don't want him in there. He got a dishonorable discharge. He basically spit in the face
Randy
of all the soldiers.
took that personal.
Yeah, I would too.
And he took that, I mean, it was on Twitter and it was on his Facebook that he really did. He had a beef with them. I mean, with WWE for taking him out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, first of all, the Marine 3 is going to suck anyways.
Yeah.
It's going to be a straight to Walmart movie.
Just like it always
Just like
has been.
everything is.
But that's a big payday for Randy.
Yeah.
And he's one of your top guys. We've said it on this show multiple times. I see Randy being the face of WWE, not John Cena. I do.
Yeah.
I think he's got way more talent. He's got the look. And he's a guy that you can really put on a poster and say, this is what WWE is.
Yep. I mean, look who brought him up.
He even's got the lineage to back it up.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah. He's better than his dad and grandfather
who was his
ever were,
grandpa?
though.
That's terrible. Who was his grandpa?
I know.
I don't remember.
But
But,
Orton has
yeah.
surpassed both of them.
Oh, yeah.
By far. Just like The Rock did.
Well, did Bob Orton ever hold a title?
No, but he did his thing with Piper, which got him over big
Yeah.
time.
He's had a broken arm for like 30 years now.
But they were talking about, that OVW class, like we were talking before the show. Batista, Cena, Lesnar, Randy.
Orton.
I mean,
It just...
and these guys would
you
wrestle
said,
at like
with-
fairs.
Like you said with Cornette, back when he was in charge of OVW, the first guy he saw when he opened the door was Batista. In his Leviathan
Randy
gimmick.
had his bags, and he was saying, this. You wouldn't think this training facility, like FCW. Have you seen? You guys know what that looks like. It's huge.
It's professional.
OVW when Randy was there,
It was like a warehouse.
It was a warehouse, and he knocks on the door. He didn't even know if that was the right building, and the first guy he sees is Dave Batista. In his Leviathan gear.
And his Leviathan thing, he had like the big chain. He had fangs.
Oh, it would have scared
powder
the
blue
piss out of people.
contacts,
Yeah.
shaved head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would scare the crap out of me.
And it was a very good, DVD, and it was interesting. You find out, you watch that, and you will respect Randy Orton a lot more than you did before. And he's really changed. You see him with his little girl now and his wife, and he's got his crap together. But the interesting thing that I brought away from that was the fact that he is one of the locker room leaders.
Yep.
They had Cody Rhodes on there and Ted DiBiase talking nothing but praise for him.
And look at where he came from. He came from debuting as just this punk kid.
Yep.
And then he started picking up a little bit of steam.
Yep.
And then he got brought into Evolution.
Which really kicked it off.
Really kicked it off. And, he was the Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champions.
I thought
he finally won his first world title from Benoit. Sorry.
Yep.
Bad word.
I thought, and by the way, in that DVD, they show Orton winning, never mentioned Benoit. They got every camera angle away from Benoit and that whole. But I thought Orton did a great job with the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, he just did a great job when he was in Evolution, period.
I thought him and Cody were the best Intercontinental Champions in the last probably decade. Or 2 decades.
Easily.
Him and Cody, I can't even mention. No, I will. That's it. I think they have done.
Actually, say Cody brought some legitimacy.
Yeah, since Orton was the last good Intercontinental Champion, he held it for like Cody did, and Cody broke Randy's record. That was the last time that belt meant anything.
Yep.
Because Orton was knocking it out of the park with Edge and all these guys he was feuding with the belt. Mm-hmm. When Cody got it, did the same thing, and then like Cody's on the DVD talking about how Orton is now a locker room leader. People like Sheamus. Sheamus was on there going up to Randy asking him for advice. So check it out. Netflix is really good too.
Randy and Sheamus got brought up by the same person in
Triple H. Right, which helps.
It just seems like maybe Randy retained more than Sheamus did.
I think so. I think Sheamus is young though.
Yeah.
I mean, people think he's older. He's not. He's young.
He's young.
And from everyone, I mean, every media appearance, he seems like a really nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like if he could just soak up all this info from Triple H, he could be one of the best ever. He's huge.
Yeah.
He's got the look.
And Orton's still young, too.
And Orton, that's another.
That's
what Cody said.
30 yet?
He
just
31,
turned 31.
Cody said that. Cody said, you know what the crazy thing about Orton is? He's been in the business for 10 years. He's really not even in his prime yet. So you look at guys like
he was really close to it with the Legend Killer gimmick, if you ask me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all on there. Netflix has a lot of good stuff on it right now. Yeah. The Stone Cold documentary. But since we brought up Evolution, let's go out.
Can I say my segue?
Oh, go ahead. Oh, say it.
We was talking
I
earlier,
forgot you had one.
We was talking earlier about Punk doing the whole, walking the line.
Oh!
Was it the line in the sand?
There it is. There it is. Nice segue.
Sorry.
I forgot you had one. We went on a ramble there. And,
I love this song.
this is a good song.
Great.
Motorhead does some good wrestling music, don't they?
They do.
My God. So, another interesting Raw, to say the very least.
Another crappy Raw, another crappy OTR.
We'll see what happens with Extreme Rules. So maybe next week we'll have more interesting stuff to talk about. Maybe
The
not.
Hulk Hogan sex tape isn't interesting anymore.
You gotta get one more on there, didn't you?
Oh,
So-
brother.
So for the one, the only, Jason. Yeah, baby, drink this juice. It's not beer, I swear. You're gonna get drunk and walk a line in the sand. Murphy, alongside the one, the only. He drinks. He don't need to be told twice. Troy Stone Cold.
Oh, brother.
Third leg Austin. And the guy filling in for 2 weeks in a row because Wes Burton is still taping Under the Sheets with Hulk Hogan 5.
Oh, brother.
Erik, he smokes. No green.
No green. There you go.
There you go. Thanks, Erik, for coming in. Appreciate your help. And we'll see you guys next week outside the ring.
Deuces, brother.
Watch out for the third leg.